You are welcome to another episode, guys. My name is Samantha Mahmood, and you are watching Plug TV Live. I'm bringing you guys another review, and trust me, this one is going to be interesting. So just stick around, do not go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. This week may just be the most dramatic week of the season so far, okay? With the Tacha and Shay drama going on, and the Legend vs Team Enigma friction, the atmosphere in the house was a bit tense. Kathy started off by telling Tacha that she felt Mercy and Diane should have congratulated her for being saved, and that she feels they were not happy that she was saved. Is it only me, but I really don't remember when Mercy and Kathy were ever friends? But speaking of friends in quotes, while some housemates beefed each other, Ike showed his game face by making sure to keep a stable relationship with all the housemates. An excited Diane, happy that Elo had been saved, then announced that she was going to be hosting a pool party on Friday. Moving on, Omashola won the veto power for this week, and Cindy also won the position of the head of house. Fraud, who at this point was tired of being nominated back-to-back, attempted to buy Omashola's veto power from him for 400 coins, but Omashola declined. But Fraud didn't stop there. He proceeded to also beg for coins from Cindy, who also declined because she didn't want him to buy immunity and escape eviction. Or can we blame them? It's a competition, right? The housemates nominated Mike, Omashola, Kathy, and Tacha up for eviction. And that wasn't the only thing that had us shook, but of course the backstabbing, like in the case of Diane nominating Mike, Cindy nominating Diane, and Ike nominating Diane. Omashola then chooses to save himself, of course, and then had an outburst over his decision to put up Shay. We already knew the lineup was strong, but then it became harder. I just saw the lineup like 4 people, and I was just imagining, what if 2 people leave this week? It looked like a new ship, #Kashola from the duo of Kathy and Omashola, was on the rise, but Kathy, who still has her heart set on Gedoni on the outside, is yet to give Omashola any green light. While the other existing ships, Ike and Mercy, and Diane and Elo, earlier on in the week only got closer with each tax and each new day. The housemates received their first tax of the week courtesy of Airtel, and they were divided into 2 teams. Team White, whose members were Mercy, Cindy, Fraud, Mike, and Kathy, and Team Red, Ike, Shay, Tacha, Diane, Elozonam, and Omashola. With the friction amongst the housemates, like Mike and Fraud and Tacha and Shay, they worked on enduring each other. Both teams had emotional and relatable presentations, but the white teams campaigned for affordable healthcare to the average Nigerian, and a hilarious quiz whose main highlights featured Mike, being his usual goofy self, won the prize of donations to a hospital of their choice and prizes for the team members. The next tax for this week was courtesy of Pure Bliss, and as they awaited their tax presentation, the games master herself, Diane, gathered the housemates together to play games, the first one being the Kiss, Kill, and Marry game. These games had housemates revealing secrets that we never knew about them. For instance, we found out that Shay is actually half Akwa Ibom, Diane is a virgin, Tacha was arrested on her birthday, Elo had sex with 3 different girls to get over a breakup, and Omashola had sex with 5 different girls in one day. Wow and wow. After this interesting session, Elo talks with Diane and explains that he had an issue with her choices for a kiss, marry, and kill, as these guys in particular are the same ones Diane keeps bringing up and has claimed that she likes. Diane then apologized and started showing him a bit more attention. The housemates presented their Pure Bliss task, which involved them picking out a series of cards from a basket and performing the action of that card. It was interesting indeed, but it only got more interesting when they were asked to go in and prepare for their dinner. Mike, who was in the dressing room with Ike, Omashola, and Kathy, whispered to Kathy to tell her friend to top up her perfume in her armpit area. But the other boys heard him too, and they all reacted like they knew what he was talking about. Guys, trust me, I didn't know who it was. I was even confused, like, was it Tacha or Cindy? What friend in particular? To even further confuse us, Mercy was seen conversing with Omashola and Fraud about it, saying, Mike told her, but you know how this girl is now. And then Omashola said, water does not kill anybody, makes you try a bath. Of course, social media was buzzing with claims to who it was. Some said it was Tacha, while others said it was Cindy, who was also Kathy's new friend. Well, all of that drama was put on the hold as the housemates prepared and presented their wager tags, which resulted in a win for Team Legends after her hilarious presentation and reenactment of some of the most interesting incidents that had happened in the house. The highlights for me was Fraud. Fraud killed each and every role that he played. After the whole presentation, Elo, who had been knocked off stage in his act, suffered a head injury in court, and Diane nursed him and even brought food to him in bed. How cute, really. This week, the housemates also received renowned motivational speaker Amisha Diane Ahuja, who on her visit motivated the housemates on the journey to finding happiness. The housemates also took turns to whisper kind words to one another, and can I just say that it was very evident the love a majority of the housemates have for Diane, with Tacha hugging her and almost refusing to let go, to Shay hyping her and referring to her as his baby girl for life, and Mike of course and Mercy's genuine friendship and appreciation for her. It was beautiful to watch. But not all the housemates had nice things to say, at least not to her face. Omashala, after telling Diane that he appreciates her as a friend to her face, then goes behind her back to tell Kathy that Diane is invincible in the house. He also referred to Mike as an idiot. I was here thinking, Kathy, isn't Mike supposed to be your friend? But Kathy did bring the information back to Mike though, but of course only Diane's part, and then she confronted Mike about the body odor incident. She said it was wrong for him to have spoken to her about it in front of everyone. Mike in his defense said he hadn't meant for everyone to hear, and that he had in fact approached Tacha about it but she hadn't taken him seriously. Kavi insisted that it was rude and insensitive, and Mike replied saying that it was rude to have a friend that smells and not tell her. And I totally understand where Mike is coming from, being that he was trying to be transparent and, be helpful. But I also understand where Kathy was also coming from in terms of the approach being wrong. But what a hypocrite she was, that right after her conversation with Mike, she then approached Diane and Cindy, telling them what Mike had said. I was like, so who is spreading the information now? Because clearly, you are the one going about the whole house telling everyone what Mike had said and also trying to paint Mike bad. It was a good thing though that Diane and Cindy ignored her. Diane especially, who at this point was prepping for her pool party. It was so cute to see the participation and anticipation from all the housemates who assisted with hanging balloons around the garden and in preparation of the food. Sheyi came out tops at the arena games, and in second place was Ike, and they earned 400 and 200 coins respectively. As at the arena games, all the housemates trooped back into the house to change and party at Diane's bikini party, and to their delight and surprise, Big Brother surprised them by providing caterers who roasted meat, fish and plantain for them. He also provided them alcohol and music to spice up the evening. Almost all the girls looked hot in their bikini wears, and you could see the looks on the guys' faces. Diane especially looked sexy, and I was already anticipating an exciting evening between her and Elu. But Cindy, who has been working overtime to get Elu's attention, hung around with Elu for most of the evening. Diane, who at this point was drinking and was lost in the moment, then gave a shout out to MG, who is actually her crush. Listen, when I say Elo's jealousy was unleashed, I mean it went from 0 to 100 real quick. He stood up from the pool, went inside and started ranting to Tacha, Mike, Ike and Shay, in fact to everyone and anybody in sight, saying Diane is a kid and she keeps on rubbing her supposed love interest in his face and that he has had enough. He also said after the show he would just go get married to his best friend, as it was clear that Diane was returning back to her old life too. Guys, Diane's bestie Mercy walked in and without even understanding the situation started attacking everyone in defense of her girl. She also confronted Ike that she was aware that he also discussed their issues with Tacha, and Ike apologized. He also explained to Mercy the reason why Elu was upset. But Mercy still defended Diane and said it wasn't MG Diane had said, that she had said MJ and was shouting out to her sister. Elo was not having it at all. He insisted that he knew the guy and that he had even worked with the said guy. He was ranting, guys, and although we can blame the alcohol, we can also say that in truth, Elo actually has feelings for her. Diane walked in at that moment and took his arm, and he became really quiet as she led him out. She then asked him why he was upset, and he gave her a ridiculous look, all the while claiming that he was not upset. They parted ways, but Diane was still confused as Ike and Mercy also approached her. Mercy warned her that she should never say the name MG in the house again, and she also insisted that Ella really liked Diane, but that Diane was messing things up. After the whole long talk, Diane tried again to talk to Elo and apologize, but Elo felt she wasn't being sincere. She also kept asking, "Are you breaking up with me?" Elo made it known that he did not trust her and he walked out on her. Sheyi had a heart-to-heart with Diane and advised her to still lay on Elo's bed. Diane took the advice and occupied Elo's bed. At this time, Elo was in the bathroom. When he got out, he was stunned to find someone in his bed. He contemplated leaving the bed for her, but when she called his name, he lay down back and she started apologizing and saying that she was really sorry and that she really, really likes him and asking him if he was still breaking up with her. It was a long night, guys. Eventually, Elo, who you could say was emotionally drained, pleaded with her to sleep and that by tomorrow they would see how things go. By the next morning, it wasn't clear if they had made any progress as they avoided each other. But as fate would have it, a new tax by Travel Better saw them in the same group and they eventually had to work together and make little conversation. Before the tax presentation, the housemates in their different teams played a game and the winning team, Team Lagos, whose members were Fraud, Messi and Cafe, won for themselves 1 million naira. After their tax presentations, which was kids' performances, advertising, Travel Better, the team of EK, Mike, Elo and Diane, Team New York, also won 1 million naira. The housemates were styled by Hype and Steam, and really a majority of them looked good. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Plug TV Live. And until next time, I am Samantha Mahmood. Goodbye.